I would like somebody that's what's the word I'm looking for? Self sufficient, I guess, and I need somebody with some ambition too. And that's it for. I feel really put on the spot right now.
Well, come on, baby. I got you on the Summer Jam screen, baby. You know what I mean?
Why? Oh my goodness, sir. Is
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Uh, I, oh goodness. I think that's it for right now.
Yeah, I feel you. I know it's the Summer Jam screen, baby. Let me put myself up there, baby. I think it's just me, baby. You know what I mean? I think it's just light skin for the win, baby. I think y'all get make you nervous, baby. You know what I mean? I think I got some of them qualities, you know what I mean, of a man that you would like in your life, baby. Don't be
you
upset,
you
baby. All you
you
gotta do is
know,
choose.
Sir Izzo, you've been trying to get me to come out of nun mode since I met you. I don't think you want me to come out of nun mode. I'm trying to be a good, wholesome woman.
Khadijah, hey, I'm calling out Nun
Y'all
Mode
crazy.
tonight. The
Uh
other
oh.
half of Nun Mode came up on my stream last night and talked about how y'all be faking it, how women
Uh
be
oh.
faking it. You know,
Faking what?
hey,
Y'all faking none
faking
mode.
it. Yeah, man. Hey, not faking Nun Mode. They say they be faking it with dudes just to boost their confidence. You
Oh,
know,
faking that thing. Miss
yeah.
Toya, we got you up in here.
Yeah, I
Sheila
did that
Mack is
before.
here. I need a word of the day, Miss Toya. Help us out.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't.
Mm. I'm sorry, I was just thinking about what Aunt T said.
Yeah, I've definitely been there, done that. I don't do it no more.
We all have. But the thing is, no matter what our mouth says, there's one part of us that will not lie.
See, that's the yeah. See, I like that, Miss Toya. Be coming up here with the real. See, Miss Toya, I've been telling them that. They be talking about they don't need no man, all that. But I be like that little girl downstairs. Be like, bitch, you lie.
She'll tell on you real quick.
You're like, girl, come on, girl. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I got Stingray up in here.
Well, I personally don't feel like that, but I mean, I don't really need a man that's going to be burdensome to me either.
Okay, okay. What's some qualities that these brothers need nowadays, Miss Toya, in your eyes? They're gonna try to say, "Oh, she don't know what she's talking about." What's some good qualities for a man in a woman's eyes? Take some notes, players.
I think the men on this panel are really good examples. I can specifically say both you and Aunt T have exhibited some of those very qualities in terms of having some wits about yourself and having some self worth. It's obvious that y'all care about yourselves and that you prioritize yourself. So that's something that to me stands out. Like you look like you care about yourself and you prioritize whatever it is that makes you happy. Um, and that a woman can only be in addition to that.
Mm, that's cold
I
game
agree.
right there. That's cold game right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, I
You know
like
what I
coming
mean?
up here talking to you, tourism. I always have a good time.
I
Right?
appreciate that, baby. Yeah. I want a place where men and women can come talk and we ain't got to go crazy. Sometimes I get in my rants and I go crazy, but I'll be by myself. But when I have my panels, I like everybody to pull up. You know what I mean?
Well, I can honestly say you've been nothing but respectful since I came into contact with you.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna let
Even though,
everybody
even
voice their
though
opinion.
you be trying to get me to come out of nun mode, and I ain't gonna go there with you because I'm a good wholesome woman.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah, yeah. I hear all that, baby. I hear all that. You know what I mean? Even when I had to do last night, it was a chaotic truth. And he got his own opinion, but I let him speak his piece. You know?
I'm gonna just say one thing about that guy, and I'm not trying to talk about him because he's not here, but like, what was all of this? He
Mm.
was doing a lot with his hands, and I was just like,
Well, everybody got. I be doing my thing. I be
Talking about
performing and stuff too.
he was just doing the most. Period. He caught a whole attitude with me because I didn't compliment his hair like I did Sir Ism. I'm like, Sir, what?
Oh,
yeah.
oh. I, I,
I
I
was
think
like,
Abby.
maybe her not saying anything about your hair is a good thing.
Maybe so.
Yeah, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. So I just. He was like, she didn't tell me she liked my hair, and I'm just like, I don't even like you right now, but okay.
No,
Right. Like you have a whole wife to tell you that, sir.
Right. That's what
What
I'm saying.
what'd you have for him,
It's kind
Effie?
of weird.
Awkward.
It seemed like you was getting in
Oh,
there, Effie. Go ahead.
no. I was just fucking around.
Oh, okay.
Unless somebody has something to say to me, then I can respond to it.
Well,
No.
we trying to help these brothers not have red pill overload. So anybody can jump in there. Please help these
Me and
brothers out.
Trav Blackfield. Trav, you see that?
Black pill. See, I don't
Yeah,
even know all these
me and
pills,
Trav
y'all.
both black Blackfield. Right? That's the new wave. Y'all better get up on it.
Wow.
I don't really feel like I can speak on that. I feel like that's for other men to help other men out. So I don't really think that I can speak on that per se.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay. 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 Well, my ladies, my men are saying, my sisters, my black sisters, they saying the sisters are too aggressive. They saying the sisters don't take care of themselves. They saying the sisters want to make a sucker, a wimp out of a man, and they want to lead. Is that the problem, or are the men just not strong enough? How y'all feel, my
Toya,
ladies?
you go first.
All right. I think women are aggressive. A lot of us are too aggressive, and we don't even realize it half the time because we've been raised by women who are also aggressive and tell us that that's what we need to be and do. Um, I know I was very aggressive, like in my 20s. Um, but just like with anything else, I think life has a way of sitting you down and showing you a different way of doing things. So, while I can say that probably a majority of us are too aggressive, uh, it takes something else to change that. I don't think that black women should be faulted so much for being so aggressive, more so than just like have an understanding of why we get to this place and how we're so conditioned to. But also to understand that it can be undone.
You an all star. That was beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Come on, go ahead, Effie. What was so beautiful about what she said and the way she said it, Effie?
Because the reason why it was beautiful is because she did the number one thing that 99.7 women don't do. Guess what
Mm.
that is? It starts with an A.
Accountability. Is that it?
Yeah, there you go. She actually admitted that she was toxic and aggressive, and she's told us why and let it be known that you can change. Most women, I gotta do what I gotta do. I ain't let her, or they just in defense mode, or if they are, they want to tell you don't know how I grew up and all of that kind of bullshit.
Mm.
Because I had it, I was like that, and I fixed it. You're not gonna get that too much. They're always gonna give you an excuse, even if the excuse good. Sometimes we don't need an excuse. We don't even need to. I did this because of this. It's always because of this or because of that person. It ain't never just been like, hey, you know what I'm saying? That's just like me. If my dad was a crackhead, I'm not. I sell drugs. I had no choice because my dad was a crackhead. Or like so fucking what? It's some people who dads was crackheads that got millions of dollars too. Like that shit don't matter. It's about how you react to shit. It doesn't. Oh, like my dad has passed away. Some people use that as a I had no choice in this world. I didn't have no dad. I had to just go to the streets and look out, man. Shut that shit up. I didn't have no dad. I got 15 fucking books and I'm known across the world. You want to hear that shit?
Cold in the game, man. You did. No
And I'm
excuses.
still growing.
No days off. Benny Bags, speak on it.
You know what? I be trying to figure out like what it really is to speak on. But I like Khadijah though, man. I ain't gonna like but Khadijah come on with some smooth shit. It had you feeling like there's some other shit out here. Talk to me, Khadijah.
Uh-oh.
What you got? What you got going on? What you got going on out here with I got some background noise. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is.
Let me see. Okay, what you want to? No problem then.
I'm looking at yeah yes. Okay. Khadijah, you ain't gonna go on front or you ain't go on front strip? You ain't on
Huh?
front strip?
Am I?
I say you
Hold on.
ain't
What does
going
that
front
mean?
strip. I seen you before now. I'm just saying like you ain't gonna go on front strip.
Oh, am I gonna turn my camera? No, because my hair isn't done right now. I'm about to go home and do my hair.
Man, hey Khadijah, I swear on everything that none of that shit matter. None of that shit really matter, man. Hey,
I
go
mean,
back to
if
how
y'all
you
wanna,
had it though,
if
Ism.
y'all want,
It was
if
cool.
y'all, I mean, I can turn my camera on if y'all don't mind me, doing my
Man,
hair on
I
camera,
don't mind. I want
cause
my black females to keep it real. I swear on everything. I swear on everything, man. I love my black females, man. Y'all think y'all ugly and whole time nigga be like, man, nigga see
oh
the
no,
beautiful in you.
oh
Man,
no, I
let me
don't think I'm
see the
ugly
beauty.
now. I don't
No,
think I'm
my
ugly. I
bad.
just my hair ain't done.
My, my bad. But look, let me see the beautiful in you. I want to just talk to you,
Well,
human being
you gotta
wise.
wait. You gotta wait till I get home, cause I'm still driving. You ain't gonna be able to see me if I turn the camera on now.
You good, but what was you about to say though? Fuck all that. What was you about to say?
Well, you just asked me what I had going on. I was just gonna tell you I just got off of work, and I got a shit ton of stuff I need to do when I get home. Cause Nun Mode actually is going on vacation next week, and I am a procrastinator when it
Hey,
comes to traveling.
my bad. Hey, give everybody, even though I don't like. Tell everybody what the fucking number shit is real quick, cause y'all repping that shit. Y'all gang.
No, we're not game banging. Okay, we're calm, cool, and collected.
No, I say gang. So it's like
Oh,
y'all started some shit that could thrive. I'm saying like tell everybody what that shit is, man. I don't give a fuck, man. Tell everybody what that shit about.
I mean, it kind of just started as a joke, and we kind of ran with it because they were on here talking about they want virgins and wholesome women and stuff like that. So I was like, I'm going nun mode, and it was kind of just like a joke that me and Topaz just took and ran with it. And
Okay,
now we
I
troll sir,
mean,
and now I troll sir ism with it.
hold on now. So it ain't no gut. It ain't no gut in that motherfucker. I don't make it seem like it's some lightweight shit.
Well,
Man,
okay,
tell
so nun mode. Okay, so it's basically. Well, I mean, like, okay, we just put a title on it, but it's really just like everyday stuff. You kind of take a break from like kind of like what y'all be talking about. You go get yourself together and then go get back out into the dating world, so you don't bring all your problems and your drama to other people.
come on, man. It gotta be a little bit more. Damn, man. I thought None More actually had some real gut shit to it, though, man.
I told you
I'm
it was
trying
just
to.
a joke that we kind of ran with.
This, how is that a joke, man? That shit should be some solid shit. It looked like from outside, it's some solid shit.
I mean, it kind of is because it's just two of us. It ain't a whole bunch of people to keep up. Well, three now with Sir Ism, but it ain't that many people to keep up with.
Man, where Shorty at, man? I love talking to you, but where Shorty at though, man?
I can see if I can find her.
She always in the outskirts. I know she listening whole time, and
Well,
I'm like whole time. None
she
more
probably getting
sound
ready
like
for.
it got none more sound like it got way more gut to it than what you saying, man. And y'all
I
gotta
think.
represent that shit.
Nut
Y'all
nut
gotta
mo-
I think.
represent that shit.
nut moan is just the opposite of muck mo for females. Just you just ain't dating. You ain't you got some shit to do. Because sometimes women try to juggle both. They trying to go to school, fuck dudes, date through two or three dudes, have a kid. Woo, woo, woo. So none mo was just like I'm doing what I got to do. I'm trying to elevate. I'm not sweating no
Yeah.
cat.
Thank you, Effie.
That's
Thank you.
All right, okay. So that did sound much better. I ain't gonna lie to you. I just want y'all to represent y'all clique, though, man. Represent y'all clique a little thorough, man. That shit'll attach more. You see what I mean? Like that shit'll for the females though. That shit'll attach more and get. And what I know what y'all trying to do, man. I just I will really try and help y'all out as far as on the females where it's like
Honestly,
getting it.
it might just be the two of us. Because if you're talking about the women on here, I see what they give. Okay, they kind of crazy.
But you gotta keep thriving though, man.
And I
And
love
kind
them
of
to
how
death. No, I love
Alfie.
them to death. I love them. I love the women on here, but a lot of them is crazy.
But kind of
And like I
how
just
Alfie kind of. But no, but kind of how Alfie put it, you should kind of suck that in a little bit and make that shit work, man. Y'all got something. That's basically I was y'all kind of got something, man. You think it's some more it's me and her type shit, and it's like actually y'all might be able to make that shit kind of be more than just you and her. You see what I mean? Like y'all might be able to spread that shit and let bitch know, like, look, bitch, like, look, hey, man, I don't know how females rock, but I'm just like, y'all, like, look, man, we bought that fuck shit, but we bought that other shit. You see what I mean? Like, we
well,
bought that
we
fuck
definitely
shit.
are. We definitely
That,
are.
that's and
This is what you need to do.
and that's what I got from it. Where realistically, when a nigga run up on a bitch at the bar, that's the type bitch he kind of want though. He kind of like that bitch. That's about that fuck shit. But whole time like, oh no, nigga, I gotta go to work tomorrow. I
This is
gotta go to. I got a job. I got a real job. I gotta go to work tomorrow. You see what I
Yeah,
mean?
we're multifaceted. We're multifaceted.
the DJ. You want me to give you the ultimate play? Here's a tragedy backstage. You want me to? This is the play that you need. So this is my mode. It's you guys. So what you two need to do is you two need to find a common goal to be successful, right? Whatever that goal is, that's what y'all talk about. So that's the first step, finding the goal. Find the goal of the nutmo. So what's gonna happen is y'all gonna combine forces and y'all gonna work towards this goal. And what's gonna happen is people are gonna see that you guys are being more successful and being motivated. And then that's when you kick it to them. Oh, because this is numb mode. Well, what's numb mode? Well, numb mode is with just because everybody's focused with social media, different shit. Numb mode is when you really just focus on what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying, and have a sisterhood, and then that's how you begin to have a movement. And then what people are going to want to latch on to that. Now you guys are two people in the movement, right? So you're the two masters of a whole movement. I need to get paid for telling you this. This is a master plan I'm giving you. You can actually start this right as of today. This is real shit. No jokes aside. You can start this shit today, and then once you start building, you will actually have a group of women that are getting their shit together and becoming successful without chasing dick, without coming off of some guy who got some money and got a baby by him and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Man, Alfie,
Well,
give them one
I'll
more
run it by
tidbit.
Topaz. Cause the thing about it is, like me and Topaz, like we're still getting to know each other and building our friendship too. But I'll definitely run that by her.
But look, y'all met each other in physical though, right? Y'all met each
Yeah,
other in physical. Right,
yeah,
right.
yeah. So we met each other for the first time when I went to Houston because I'm thinking about moving to Houston, and then we went on. She went with me for my birthday trip, and then we're going to Hawaii for her birthday trip. So that's like 3 times we done met each other.
Hey, so look, and if you gotta, and this is crazy, and how I'm about to say it though, but if you gotta be the CFO, she gotta be the CEO. Man, talk with her, man. Y'all kind of got something. I'm just talking about and you already cool. I see you cool with the niggas type shit, and
I try to be.
no, but you affirmated where you be like, hold on, I kind of see what these. All right, so tell me if I'm wrong. You be like, man, I kind of see what these niggas saying. I might not agree with that, but I kind of see what these niggas saying. Is you not there?
Yeah, and I think it's easier because for one, they're not as rude as some of the men that I've come into contact on here. And three, well, not three, I skipped the whole number, but like two, I grew up in a house full of men. Like it was my dad and my brothers. Like I'm my dad's only girl, so you know.
I don't know how Topaz. I think Topaz is slightly there too. She might have some kickback here and there, but man, y'all might have a good duo. And I swear, I wouldn't even be saying this shit. I don't even think Alfie. I don't even really know Alfie like that, but I don't even think Alfie would have gave you the fucking shit he just gave you. If it's like, man, niggas. Go ahead. What you
Okay, so
about?
here's I didn't mean to cut you off, Benny. My bad. But I'm not really against it. But the thing about grown people is they can be very, very stubborn. And you know, as cool and laid back as I
It's
am,
not. It's not.
I have a very low
It's not.
tolerance for stupidity. I really do.
No, it's not. It's not about you trying to grab people immediately. It's this shit is always. I said this shit on ism shit the other day. It's a marathon, and you don't have to strive for that shit. Y'all too good enough. Y'all could be. Hey, both of y'all on none mode could be good enough till 2023. Hey, when the shit kick in, hey, a bitch gonna realize like, hold on, the bitch has been kicking that numb mode shit since 2020. You see what I'm saying? Like you gotta understand that. Like it's just about you.
Well,
You
You
started
know
the
what's
hold
called,
on
baby?
the real shit.
Is you really kicking them, giving them some game, and they just saying you drunk and stuff like that? No, he's really giving y'all a plan, and even if y'all don't got a
yeah,
pushing y'all to think about the plan. Like this ain't y'all looking at it like he just no, he's really telling you like he see potential in what y'all do. And I see somebody in the chat say don't push none mode, push sexy mode. No, push none mode and sexy mode, bro. There's different lanes of girls. We don't need all girls to be the same. We can have none modes and we can have sexy modes. We don't have to pick which one. That's a scarcity mindset. You gotta have we don't need the woman to be trained to do a whole click in order for them to be good for us. If you got the shit, it don't matter what mode anybody is on, you can get what you want. So don't think like, oh, you gotta go. Let them
I
do that.
agree with that.
Let them
And
do
none,
that.
I mean, and then none mode can turn into sexy mode for the right guy. You know, we ain't just out here,
How we rolling?
turning turning into sexy mode for anybody.
How we go? There we go. See? Solution conversation. See, it ain't
We see that though. Now, I think as men and y'all being in the manosphere, we understand that though. But it's a situation where you like on some old numbo shit. We like, okay, she's trying like she calming down over there. That crowd over, you see what I mean? Like this group over here, they're like, hold on, man, we about to pipe down for a quick second and look up. And she was cracking, man. Like, man, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, man, y'all actually kind of got some shit that makes sense, man. But it makes it as men, like, that's what. Hey, look, niggas already told you right now, like, that shit makes sense to men.
Yeah, I mean,
So
you know what?
what you?
I like getting along with y'all too, cause I ain't even gonna lie. When I first got to YouTube, I was a wild little thing. Okay, I was just over here cussing everybody and their mama out. But now I done calmed down and got it all out my system and stuff like that. So I mean, I like talking
You
to y'all. I
were
like socializing. I
female
was.
red pill raging.
No, I wasn't. So, okay, maybe a little bit. I don't know.
Check out.
Like most of the people started with me first, though. Sir Ism, like, okay, Sir Ism, if you saw the old me, you would be like, who the hell is this? Because I was like, I saw some of the things I used to say in old chats, and I was like, I said that to somebody. It was crazy. I used to be wild as hell on here, but I done calmed down now, and I really don't like arguing with people and stuff. I don't like fussing. I don't like fighting. I don't like arguing and stuff like that. I really don't. It makes me feel just. I don't like the way it makes me feel. And I just feel like you can get where you need to go with a civilized conversation too. And I get arguments are gonna happen, but I don't like arguing with people. I
We
really
got
don't.
William Jefferson. What you think about what he said right here?
Hold on.
What he say? Okay, none mode for beta males. to throw them guys off. Turn on sexy mode for the dudes behind the scenes,
Well,
for the dudes
okay,
you want. Go ahead, baby.
so me and Topaz have both said this. I don't entertain people that I don't like. I don't believe in wasting people's time like that. I really don't. So like,
Thank you.
for
I like that,
example,
baby. Thank you.
if I was gonna go over here and entertain Sir Ism, I'm gonna go over here and entertain Sir Ism, and I'm really going to be into him. I'm not just gonna be over here just because he's
Now you heard
there.
what she said, Sir Ism. Then we was kids, and he used to be like, "Put your hand on the plate." She touched me. She touched me.
I don't know, Sir Ism, because you know, Sir Ism, you know what? Because here's the thing, I'm gonna step out of Nunmo real quick just for you, okay? So, because I noticed you've been trying me, well, not trying me, but you've been wanting me to come out of nun mode a little bit, and I don't doubt your abilities, but
I want you to come out of none mode, huh?
yeah, I think you want me to come out of nun mode, and I don't doubt your abilities or anything like that, but
I got a high value hockey stick, baby. You can come out of none mode anytime, baby.
But I think I can make them high value toes curl too. So I mean, that's all I'm saying.
I hear you talking, baby, but show me.
Both sound like cruising signals.
Okay, I'm going back into nun mode now. I'm going back into nun mode.
See, you already said enough for players.
Hey, Affy.
You could just
hey, players, learn from this game. Go ahead, Affy. What is she doing? Show the brothers what's going on with this conversation. Show them, Affy.
It had already been wrapped in the bowl and sent to your house, but then it's an indirect communication to where the people know where the package is going, where it's from, and where it came from. If you don't get that, you're not supposed to, because it wasn't for you. It's just for the people I'm talking to. There it is. There it is.
Wait a minute, I got Trav in here. He done pulled back. Trav, you got the flow, man. I didn't get at you. Go ahead, player.
Oh, I know she's eating, but I just had a question for Toya because I like that she admitted that when she was younger, she used to be more like aggressive and she made a change. So I just wanted to ask, what were the moments or the exact moments she can remember where she realized, hey, I don't want to act like this anymore and I want to make the change? Like, what was her reasoning for doing that?
Oh, she's still there. Go ahead, Miss Toya.
Yeah, thank you for asking that question. Honestly, it was a bunch of moments when I started realizing I sounded like my mom, and I was like, wow, that's not cool. And I was just like, you know what? I might need to take a few steps back and think about how I approach things, because I can remember feeling like I bore the brunt of her anger a lot growing up, and I just never want to make somebody else feel like that. That's where it started for me.
Okay. So you would say some of it was learned behavior?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. What has changed, or has anything improved since you've had this mindset shift? And it doesn't have to just be with dating. It could be just period with life and all that. Because a lot of this stuff that we change with ourselves changes everything. It's not just, oh, you're better in relationships. You're usually better at a life perspective. So what would you say changed for the better when you were conscious of this and decided to make that change?
Well, for starters, in my professional life, it helped me be a better manager, because I was probably a bit too rigid in my approach before, and so it made me realize that I needed to ease up a little bit and be more understanding of people and where they're coming from, as well as their circumstances, versus being so protocol and by the book. It extended to my professional life in that way, but also even in my personal life with my friendships, just not only giving myself a little bit more slack, but extending it to others, just learning grace.
Mm-hmm. No, that makes sense. So, knowing what you know now from this and making that change, how do you feel about like feminism or women who are hesitant to be submissive? I do think that there's a lot of men that don't deserve submission too. I will say that there's a lot of men that want that, but they don't put in the work to deserve that. But what are your thoughts on that? Do you think there are still benefits of feminism? Do you think that there's a reaction to hurt? What do you feel about it?
Well, I think feminism sounds good and all until you start to really peel back what it means and the fact that it was never meant for black women in the first place. Um, and then on top of that, it's like when you realize that a lot of feminism is based on ripping the rug from underneath men, it kind of it becomes counterproductive because as a woman, I want leadership to come from the man in my life. And so if I'm the one exhibiting that leadership, then I'm taking away from what it is that I seek from him. So, I'm all about being submissive, uh, but also having an understanding that that doesn't demean me or diminish me as a woman.
Right. Yeah, because the thing I've noticed is I've come across some women who are feminists. Now, some of these feminists I've basically, in a charming way, shitted on feminism and still made progress with them, and they didn't act that way with me, and which let me know, in my opinion, with them, oh, they just didn't come across a man they trusted yet. So that was one of the things that I kind of got out of that. But also, too, it's like it's like these women say they want relationships that are feminist, but then it's like they attack the guy that is in their life. They make it a challenge of one upping each other over who can do what, and it's like it's just counterproductive to a relationship because it's like, okay, there needs to be a leader. You know what I mean? That doesn't
Yeah,
mean that
I agree. I'm in
it's
between bites of food. I'm not trying to be rude.
no. It's all good. I mean, you can respond to everything, but it's like I've come across that, and it's sometimes it's like women who are very professional. So it's like, okay, on the outside, you're like, oh, this seems cool. She seemed cool on papers and all that, and then you meet her, and then as you get to interact, it's like a power struggle, and it's like, all right, like I've had to walk away from some women like that because I'm like, damn, like okay, you would just push back a little bit, like fall back a little bit, we could be straight. But I'm not dealing with this tug of war of who's the leader or whatnot. Because then it's like I don't feel like you're happy when you are leading anyway. It's like you want to lead, but then when you lead, you're not happy. So it's just a cycle of unhappiness. Like something has to give.
That's the truth, though. Like something has to give. You get to that point where you look around you and you look at the older women in your life and you see that they're alone and that they've exhibited this behavior for so long. So then you're like, wait a minute, what can I do different?
So, what do you think is a healthy alternative? Now, I mean, obviously it's subjective, but what do you think to combat some of these things that's going on with, it seems like it's kind of like feminism versus red pill in a way. So, in your opinion, what would you say men can do better, and what could women to do better to make us come to a better medium? Because I think at the end of the day, if anybody's saying they want to be happy, so if you're trying to get happiness, what, from your opinion, do the men need to do better, and what, from your opinion, do the women need to do better?
Men need to take better aim, and women need to listen.
I can't really disagree with that.
Come on, man. We up here kicking good game, grown conversation. You understand me? We on here on a Friday night going into a Saturday morning. We got Toya the Tutor. We got Affy Kingdom. We got Nun Mode. She gonna come out of Nun Mode for Uncle Ism. We got Benny Bags. He all the way in that Florida. We got Young Trav. We got Aunt T. Go subscribe to the channels. Come on now. My moderators, put everybody's channel in there. Let's keep this thing going. Y'all keep flowing. Did that rhyme?
Shout out to Ism.
The floor is
Nah.
yours.
Oh, go ahead. Somebody else wants to go.
No, it was special that she was honest about her actual feelings. I think it's a lot of females out here that want to be that honestly want to be honest about how they feel in their relationships and past relationships, just how they feel with men. I think it's this whole grab bag and get them while you get them type of and that's just something's better than a nickel or nothing. Hey, it's 2020. That's just where it's at, man. Like we was on some old something's better than a nickel or nothing. Man, these females just trying to get their bread, man. They think they gotta grind. They think that's where it's at. Kind of like where we was at in the 80s, man. These females think like at the end of the day, man, that's how they gonna come up. That's how they gonna grind. That's how they gonna, goddamn get the bag. And that get the bag shit kill me, man. That shit, I swear, man. When I hear that shit be like, I be like, bruh, like, what the fuck does that really mean, though? Get the fucking bag. Me, and the third party know what that shit mean, but it like when that shit get thrown around as an adjective, as far as like, hold on, man, a bitch finna get the bag. Who gonna get hurt over that shit? Who gonna take a loss? That's mainly what I meant though. Like who gonna take a loss on somebody getting a bag or the female getting a bag? You see what I mean?
No, I agree with that because the thing is that the root of a lot of this feminism and all that was to break up the family home. It wasn't for really benefit. It was more for the government to benefit off of being able to tax a larger population. Because the thing is like I don't know if you guys saw the Brittany Renner Kevin Samuels interview that happened recently, but the main point I got out of it was, you know, this is a common case, but she wanted to basically have her own empire, but then have a family. And then Kevin Samuels asked her, like, all right, well, you probably can't have both. So if you really want the family, are you willing to scale back and submit to the right man? And she's like, well, what if I don't like one thing he does? I always have to have my backup plan. Like, there's no faith in the relationships now. And a lot of times it's like it creates a sense of selfishness. And that's where that whole get the bag thing is, because the bag equals independence and freedom and not having to follow a program. But it's like, if you find the right guy, why wouldn't you want to follow a good program? Because you have to act like a man anyway if you're gonna be out here getting a bag. Like you got, there's no book that's out that says think like a woman when it comes to getting money. I'm just being honest. It's think like a man. You have to get outside of yourself, outside of your natural role to do what you got to do.
No, he
So it's
said
like
some real shit though.
you're
You know,
fighting
Auntie,
No,
your
that was
he
real
natural
said
shit.
some,
role.
What I was saying, what I was gonna reply was gonna be some piss people off shit. So I'm just leaving.
No,
no, he
it's
already did that. Auntie already did that. He basically did that already.
you know
All
what I
right,
mean.
well, fuck it then. Press one if you will buy it.
It's just, but it's just real stuff. It's like,
Think like a woman to get rich. Who gonna buy it?
yeah, and it's like if you look at a lot of these like women that are pushing this, like they're not okay. Maybe they'll have some money and some clout, but they're really not happy. Like even with like Brittany Renner, it's like she has money because of coming in now because of the guy, but that's not really making her happy because she wants her own thing. But it's like, why don't you just be submissive and play the background to the right guy and your life is taken care of? Men don't have that option. But there would be men that would take that option if they could. We don't even have that option. So it's like women can have easier lives if they find the right person, but then they complicate it more with ego. And it's because they believe what they've been taught, which is not to the benefit. I mean, that's the thing, because you're fighting the natural role of society. We're trying to overcomplicate things. And that's why there's all this mental illness, because we're fighting our roles.
My
Little
whole thing is
Uzi Vert is high
how,
value.
Wait, I didn't even peep that lineup. It's Brittany Renner and Tiana Trump. Trey, I remember we were just talking about her. What a
Mm-hmm.
fucking duo right there. That's the get the bag duo. These two of them right here.
hey, but how, hey,
And the
look,
one on the
look,
left sucks fire cocks and does a split on
hey,
coke.
Come on, man.
hey,
Don't be mad, man. Them my bitches, man. I'm running these motherfucking light skins to win, man. Don't be mad at me. I'm about to get rich on a young bitch. Did that right? Cold.
how grandpa would operate in 2022? How would grandpa honestly though, man? And I kind of want to hear y'all. Everybody got a grandpa now, goddamn, and whether you was interacting with him or not. But how would grandpa? Cause they not here. None of them are. None of them are. I don't know you niggas. They not here. If you knew your grandpa, he not here, bruh. How would they? What would grandpa tell you right now, dog? That's I'm leeching out there. What would grandpa is seeing the internet and seeing how these bitches is right now, man? What would grandpa tell a nigga right now?
I mean, I get
Grandpa
why
be
you're
whapping
saying
and
that.
tapping on some heads. Go ahead, Trav.
Hey, Trey,
I
let me
get
just one
what he's
favor,
saying,
Trap.
but
Just let me
there's
borrow
not
the
the
book when
same
you finish, Trap.
variables too, though. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have to deal with what we have to deal with. So I think there would have been a lot of women back then that would act like the women now if they had the chance. It's just now you can because it's acceptable. You know what I mean? People kind of
Hey,
just
but what if
follow
Were
the.
men
grandpa really
stronger back
was
then, y'all?
dealing with it?
Or do
What
men
if
go for
grandpa?
more bullshit now? Go ahead, Benny.
No, I'm just saying, what if grandpa really was dealing with it? But he was handling that shit when y'all left out from Thanksgiving dinner and Christmas dinner. And y'all went there and grandpa was up that bitch fighting like a bitch, dog. Grandpa was that bitch fighting like a motherfucker. You ain't never see. Man, I'm just going off of my fucking grandpa, man. That nigga was the coolest motherfucker every time I came around him. Even when grandma was going off, that nigga was cooler than a bitch, dog. He was cool. He was still kept his fucking cool, man. But what happened when we wasn't there? You think grandpa was still cool as a bitch? I don't think so. I think grandpa was in that bitch swinging like a motherfucker on some UFC shit, man. I think grandpa was really at that bitch fighting like a bitch, dog. You dig? But we don't know, and you wasn't there to see grandpa fighting like that. And you know what kind of corridor and salute I give you and man, I don't even know y'all grandpas. I get all that salute. I know they looking down on me because they didn't want y'all to see that shit. You dig? Because they didn't want y'all to see that shit, man.
Well, I think in general, what's a big thing is that there's a lot of choice and option now. So, I think people made choice, stayed together, and there was more loyalty out of not as much choice, not as much option. Things that were taboo back in our grandparents' days isn't taboo now. It's on Front Street, and there's a different thought process. So, with that said, there's not as much shame for being, you know, single. Whereas back in the day when my mom was growing up, if your home was divorced, you were like an outcast in society. That wasn't something you just did. So since we're more liberal now and there's less consequence, it's easier to walk away. So the thing is, with that said, I think in some ways there's too much choice, and social media has made it to where everyone's ego is on steroids. So with those two things going on, plus with the feminism and all that, it's made people selfish. So the slightest thing that could bother somebody, or the slightest hiccup in a relationship, people are willing to cut bait. And
got
that's
it,
a big
Trav.
problem
You
of it
said
too.
some solid shit. You said some solid shit, Trav. That it.
It's just, and that's a part of it too. We don't have as much follow through and stick with it. You know what I mean? It's like if you look at relationships are more like stocks. Every stock, whether it does well or not, is going to go through booms and busts, bull and bear market. You're going to have your ups and downs. And when we hit the first down in any situation, a lot of times, instead of people toughing it out, they get out.
Hey, Trav, say that shit one more time, man. Man, for real, dog. Say exactly what you just said one more time, dog.
No,
Please,
relationships are like stocks, and even if you have a good stock, you got to hold, and there's going to be bull and bear market, ups and downs. The first down, a lot of people are willing to get out, and again, with the choice and the ego, I mean, I've been through it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's talk about this with the red pill. We say, oh, just because you're red pill, you're going to know how to handle a situation and keep a woman. But you're also, from a male's point of view, you're going to know when you have to get rid of a woman too. I had to do that. I had somebody that was following my program for 7 years, but then when it came time for something, she changed, and it's like you got to treat people like Brady and Belichick. Belichick went with Tom Brady, but every year he made him try out for the position again. And that's the thing. Like, nothing's really promised. You just have to know how to deal with situations. I think just people aren't willing to look outside of themselves in this day and age for the long haul. A lot of people want personal gratification, but that personal gratification comes at the cost of relationships and family.
Do you think our grandparents understood that and wasn't really no risk not being able to have that family generation of longevity? Do you think our grandparents again realized, like, hey, look, man, I don't fuck with you, shorty, but we doing this shit right here to have a generational standpoint. You see what I mean?
No, I know what you mean. I think it was half.
Do these women think like that anymore, though, fellas?
I think it was
not
half.
right now though. Not right now though.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, y'all. I was just saying, the
I'm talking
modern woman,
about
do
the
they still think like
grandparents.
that? These women want now gratification now. They
Yeah, I
don't
think
want
it was half.
delayed gratification.
I think it was half values because, and maybe part of that was because we didn't know
Grandparent. We
better.
talking about grandparents though. We talking about
Yeah,
grandparents, right? Okay. Go
grandparents.
keep
I
right.
think it was half values, but I think it was also half necessity. Because especially if you're talking about Black grandparents, back then they were dealing with racism. There was not as much opportunity, and so we kind of stuck together out of necessity because strength in numbers. Now things are there's still BS we deal with, but things are a lot more comfortable and we have a lot more excess. So that excess creates selfishness. And the first sign of difficulty, people want to dip out because a lot of things in our life ain't difficult anymore. Everything's in the click of an app button now. So what makes people want to stick through things when you don't have to stick through much in life, period? Especially in the Western world.
No, but the sad part is the shit did get difficult on a whole nother aspect. Because the motherfucker just can't stick with another motherfucker. Which is the most simplest shit.
Y'all got some good game y'all spitting right here tonight, man. That y'all going back and forth, y'all ping ponging the game, man. Real good game. I want Affy to get in there. Then I'm gonna go to Khadijah. You know what I mean? Y'all keep flowing, man.
Shit is cold, bro. We living in. I'm gonna just say one thing, and then I'm gonna just tag out. This is what we living in. We're living in a world now where you can become a celebrity off lip syncing songs. Just eat that. Not singing songs, Remember, like Mariah Carey had to get record deals and shit. You know, Brandy, fucking Monica. Now you can lip sync old songs in fucking movies and become a celebrity. So so people can aspire to be stupid and still be successful. That's why it's
Big
fucked up.
facts.
Solid facts.
Big facts. And see, that's the thing. If there's so much of this fantasy, these fantasy lanes people can pick and succeed from, and that's what we're constantly seeing on our phones, not TV, the phones, because the phones with us 24/7, it's really made people self-centered and unrealistic. And again, we look at relationships as, I think our frame of view is a relationship is supposed to be like an escape from society. You know, we want the everlasting honeymoon phase and all that. But in reality, that's not life. Life's not built like that. It doesn't matter how good your relationship is, there's going to be bumps and bruises because life throws it at you. You know what I mean? And again, like we say, love is unconditional. No, true love is conditional. And the reason why I say that is because if you have all this choice now, it's true love if you're choosing to stay with somebody. Because if people have options and you're choosing to sacrifice to be with that one person, that means more than it's unconditional, where it means it's easy to be in love because it's unconditional. Nah, if there's conditions you got to meet and you're willing to meet those conditions day in and day out, year after year, because you care about that person, doesn't that mean more? But
Bars.
that takes work, and people don't want to put in work.
What
People
the fuck?
want the
You
easy
sleep or
way.
what? Ain't nobody said nothing. You kicking these fire bars? Ain't nobody said nothing in like 10 minutes. What type of shit is that? Y'all sleep or what? This is premium wisdom right here and shit. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Last thing is a hiccup for real. That's dope.
It's just truth, man. Like I don't know, like just
If you was
that's
up here, if
Come
you was
on,
up
man. What's
here, if
going
you
on
was
with the
up here
comment
on some
section,
stupid
man?
shit, if you
Whap
was
and
up here
tap
on
on their
some
head, Appy. Say
if you
something,
was
you
up there
niggas.
on some stupid shit
There you go, Rasan. Wake up.
and it was a woman on here and she was calling you a bitch ass nigga and you was calling her a bitch, and they be active. You see how it works? They'd be,
yeah.
oh, get her, and all this fucking bullshit. Not the wisdom would be too much though. I don't like that shit.
No, I mean that, and that's the big thing that I learned from this red pill space. If people want to take it, like a lot of this is reading through people's psychological profile and how that affects us in relationships, because people make reactions off of past experiences and off of their own psychological thought process. You know what I mean? And that's why I learned, like, you can't take things for face value or just for words. You have to watch day in and day out action. That's going to show you the thing. Just like women say, oh, I would never be with a man like that. Then a year later, they're with a guy like that. Men say, I would never do this. Then they do this. Well, maybe at the time they wouldn't do it, but then another certain situation comes and then now they do it. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you have to understand human psychology a lot of times. And especially as a man, if you want to hold things down, you really have to have some psychology game, because you have to know how to keep your tribe motivated.
Come on, man. Oaktown Finest. There you go, man. Let us know something that we still in here, man, in the Mackishphere. We having a good time over here. Somebody hit me early, man. How's the jazz in the background? Who is that? Man, this the Ism show, man. We do all kind of shit over here. We got young Trav. He about to blow up. He gonna have 350,000 subscribers, man. Once they catch on to him, man. And he ain't gonna forget about his favorite YouTuber, Uncle Ism. I know Appy gonna be mad at you, but his favorite YouTuber is Uncle Ism. And we 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 in the Mackishphere. We got none
You know,
mode. Go ahead.
like I'm gonna give an example, bro. Like, if we have to go, because I don't really like talking about this part of the game anymore, but I will, just to give an example. Like, here's some red pill thought. If you are a put together guy, guys think, oh, women ain't feeling me, and it's always because you didn't do something right. To Ism, man. No, there's a lot of women that won't like you because you are doing things right. Because you are going to be a mirror of what she is not doing. It's not just cut and dry like
of
that.
what she's not doing. Break that, unpack that. Go ahead.
Like, for example, right? I went out. Guys think, oh, if I got ghosted, it means I did something wrong. And a lot of times it does. But I've been on dates where I went out with a woman and everything went good. I could tell she loved the conversation. She was complimenting me the whole time. We were tonguing down at everything at the night. I might even sucked on a titty or something like that. Everything went good. But still got ghosted. There could still been other dudes around. That could also be, though, which I know it has been in some cases, I'm not woman enough to keep this guy interested. I might as well bail now. Because she'll deal with the guy that's not as thorough as you because she feels more confident that because he's not as thorough, she can keep that guy interested, or she could have more control over the relationship. With you as a man, she will have to be accountable.
Sometimes it wasn't the guy. It's sometimes the woman was unconfident that she could hold that guy.
Exactly.
Hey, Trav said a whole lot.
I be spitting
right
game, man. I be cutting you off. My bad, Trav, but you be spitting game, man.
But that's what I'm saying. See, go ahead, Benny.
No, go ahead. No, I just say and not to stand on your shoulders though, but you kind of said some shit that don't be talked about though, because I've seen it